So this is going to talk about something called BOD. BOD stands for biochemical oxygen demand. And basically, when it says bio, it means life. So bacteria eating up food, chemical reactions. And the idea is they're all going to use up oxygen, whether it's in the chemical reaction or the aerobic respiration. It's going to use up oxygen, hence the idea of oxygen demand. You'll recall dissolved oxygen, that's what it's all about in waterways. If there's not enough dissolved oxygen, aerobic organisms can't live there, which is basically most fish and many other macroinvertebrates and other things. So, BOD is basically food, undigested food, dissolved organics that are in the waterway. And that's what BOD is. And it can be a whole bunch of stuff. It can be glucose, it can be a whole bunch of different, it could be dead algae, basically becomes BOD. It can be undigested food that's in our poop, etc. So the next slide says, again, what is the sources of BOD? It's any food. It's biodegradable organic substances. Or any food source that is added to the water. So remember the equation for respiration. We've seen this equation a lot. It's really important. You should know this. So basically that food here is like, this is glucose in this model, but it's food. This would be the oxygen, the dissolved oxygen. So the aerobic respiration, the aerobic bacteria would do aerobic respiration, eat the food, use up oxygen. Oxygen goes too low, and that's our issue. So this is the idea, the sources of BOD. It's any food, okay? The other source is untreated sewage. Untreated sewage, remember, poop. So untreated sewage is like poop. In poop, there's dead red blood cells, there is undigested food, and there is bacteria. And so the BOD issue in sewage, in poop, is that undigested food. It's food for aerobic bacteria. So what happens when BOD hits the waterway? What happens is aerobic bacteria in the waterway will eat the food, okay? The aerobic bacteria will eat the food in the waterway. They do aerobic respiration. They eat the food. They do aerobic respiration. They can use up a lot of the DO, or the DO can go down. DO goes down, and this can kill the fish. Just like we can't hold our breath for an hour or two, the fish can't do this either. So this is the environmental impact. Notice there's no algae in this. This is just the aerobic bacteria are eating the food there. Nitrate and phosphate involved algae. BOD is just that food source that the aerobic bacteria are eating. So BOD, or biochemical oxygen demand, or dissolved organics, you'll hear it called all of those things. Human health, if we drink water with a little bit of dissolved organics in it, not a big deal. You might say, oh my gosh, what if there's poop? The undigested food isn't the issue for us, it's the coliform. And we're going to talk about that in the next video. We'll talk about coliform as an issue. So we're not worried about the bacteria in the poop. This is only about the undigested food. I hope this video was helpful.